The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Pine City High School for tonight's girls basketball matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the East Central Eagles. Of course, as the intro mentioned, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's girls basketball game. It's also a Great River Conference matchup between these two teams, the Dragons and the Eagles. And you've got some experience on one side, a little bit of lack of experience on the other, and you've also got a new head coach on the other side who's, you know what, got this team in a pretty good position. That, of course, is speaking of East Central, who is head coached by Sammy Tu. I had a great conversation with her preseason, which, good grief, that seems like it was forever ago. I truly cannot believe how quick the season goes sometimes, whether it's fall, winter, or spring sports. It just simply goes by way too fast, and I believe it or not, we're about a month away from playoffs starting. Playoffs? Yeah, playoffs are starting in about a month for the girls basketball team. So I don't like it. I know you probably don't like it because it comes and goes so quickly, but we are at that point of the season where we're going to be talking more and more and more and more about playoffs and playoff positioning and where teams are going to be going and playing as we go along. And right now for Pine City and East Central, they would both be on the road. But we'll go ahead and take a look at both of these teams coming in here too tonight. The East Central Eagles play out of Section 5A East, which is home to a lot of our other local teams. In fact, looking at it right now, it says the QRF is going to be seated on February 22nd. So by February 22nd for 5A East, we will know who's playing where, when, and at what time. So literally a month from today, we will know all of that. Of course, that section is also home to the number 4th ranked team in the state in Bram, having a fantastic year. Then Ogilvy's in 3rd just behind them. And then East Central is in that 6th spot. Am I counting right? No, they're in the 5th spot. I apologize. 6th spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6th spot. At 1 and 3 in their section, 4 and 9 overall. They are not having a bad year comparatively. They, again, not a ton of experience for this East Central group. But, man, are they making the most of what they have right now. Again, 4 and 9. Offense scores about 50 points per game. That's pretty darn good. We see a lot of teams with losing records that can really be lopsided. A lot of times you'll see it where their defense gives up over 60 points per game and their offense can't average 40 points per game, if not maybe even 35 sometimes. But for this Pine City, or this East Central team, they're averaging 50 points per game. That's pretty darn good, and they're just one game. They are 4 and 9, but you got a couple of games, man. You turn those around, and they're up. They're up there. They're probably sneaking in a home playoff game if they had some of these turn around. Taking a look at their season that has been so far, it started out with a loss to Mora early on in the season, but then they went on to beat Hinckley Finlayson. Then it was a tough stretch for them. They lost 4 in a row to Bram, Ogilvy, Mille Lacs, and Hill City Northland. Now that Mille Lacs game could have easily been theirs. Another game that could have been theirs was the Hill City Northland game. But then they came out and put their season high at the time points in a game, and when they beat Fond du Lac Ojibwe 72-32, that was their last game according to MinnesotaScores.net before Christmas break. Then they went to a tournament up at Deer River where they fell to Deer River by 10 points, only by 10, and then they beat Cherry 66-61. Now that was a while ago, what it feels like anyways. Then they came out of the Christmas break, fell to Barnum. Again, another game that felt like they could have had that turn in their favor. Only a 5-point loss in that one. Then they were able to beat St. John's Prep by what has been their season high in scoring up to this point, 79 points, and they allowed only 35 from St. John's Prep. But then they've run into a couple of pretty good teams in Floodwood and Aiken that they've lost, unfortunately. So on a 2-game losing streak, but looking to turn that around here tonight against Pine City. And I know for Pine City fans and everyone else, they're saying, well, Pine City has a little bit more experience. They've got, this team maybe heading in the right direction. I'm looking at East Central, and again, you've got what? What do we count? 1, 2, 3 that they could have had in their favor. So at this point, they honestly could and probably should be, in their minds, 7-6. Yeah, think about that. I mean, they've got 3 games that, again, I'm thinking when they are looked at them, obviously you don't want to live in the past, but when they looked at them, they went, should have and could have won these games. And if they had, they would be 7-6 right now. Again, you take the loss from against Mille Lacs, turn it into a win against Hill City Northland and against Barnum, turn those all into wins, and we're talking about a 7-6 team right here. You could even say that against in their game against Deer River, only a 10-point loss. I'm sure that's a game they probably felt like they should have won. So we could be talking about an 8-5 team right now in East Central. I think they're that good. I don't think they're when you look on paper, yeah, maybe that 4-9 record might not come as a surprise to you. When you look at them on paper, you might say to yourself, okay, well, that makes sense. I don't think so. When I look at this East Central team, I think this is a much better team than what has been put on paper and what people are seeing. I think this is more or less a 7-6 and 8-5 team coming in here tonight. I think East Central is coming in here, and they might have a chance to get a win here tonight. In fact, they're also going to play Cherry once more this year, so they've got another chance for a win against them. But they've got a tough schedule coming up, where they will play Swanville at home on Thursday. Then they'll go to Cherry on Friday. That will wrap up this week. Next week, they've got 3 games. They're at home to begin the week against Carlton Renshaw. Then they travel to Crosby Ironton. That will be a tough one. And then they go and host Hinckley Finlayson, who they already beat this year by 7 points. So this rest of this week and next week are not easy games, but I think there are games that they can win and games where they can kind of put a stamp on their season and prove to themselves, like, hey, we are a better team than what people think we are, and we're gonna prove it. We're gonna go out and surprise some teams. Their last game is actually February 21st as they host Moose Lake Willow River. So for this East Central team, I really do. I 110% believe in my heart this is a much better team than what people may have seen so far or what has been put on paper. I really do believe that this East Central team has got some surprises in them. Maybe here tonight. Maybe they can't sneak out a win here tonight over the homestanding Pine City Dragons. As we move over to the Pine City Dragons, on the season, they are 7-8 overall. Of course, before moving on, we want to mention they play in Section 6AA. That is home to, well, I always assume it's some of the best in the state. Really, I do, because you got Sac Center, who's top 10 team. Annandale, a top 10 team. Royalton should be a top 10 team. Malacca also should be a top 10 team. Now, they're 8-4, but I challenge you to find a more experienced group than this Malacca team. Their defense is outstanding. I watched them a couple of games this year. They're one of my favorites. They're one of my dark horses. And maybe they shouldn't be a dark horse, but to everyone else they are a dark horse. But they're one of my dark horses to make a deep run in the 6AA playoffs because they are 4th right now in the Section 6AA standings. There's no one below them who I think will beat them. The only teams that I think they might lose to are the teams above them. But even still, I still think they've got more than enough a chance to beat those top 3 teams in Sauk Center, Annandale, and Royalton. I really do believe that. And I think if there's a team there, it is Malacca. But this Pine City team has kind of found something to work with now as of late. They're 7-8, 1-2 in section play. Their offense, according to MinnesotaScores.net, it is not where it should be. Plain and simple. To put it firmly, it's not where it should be. Right now, they are scoring just under 50 points per game and giving up 60 points per game. Now, that's a 10-point spread, but they're still only one game under 500. And for Pine City, that's not where they want to be. Obviously, there are a few games where they really should have won, and they really feel like they could have won those games and could have been in a little bit of better position. One of those was Ogilvie. That Ogilvie game, it was technically a 20-point loss for them. If they were to have played again this year, that'd be a lot different story. Now, again, they don't play Ogilvie again this year, so unfortunately they won't get a chance. But they lost 3 in a row to begin the season to Crosby, Ogilvie, and Aiken. That Ogilvie and Aiken games, man, they really felt like those should have been turned around. Then they beat Mora, lost to Proctor. That was a tough one. Then they went on a 3-game win streak before the Christmas break, where they beat St. Croix Prep, St. Francis, and Esco. And then at the Christmas break up in Cloquet, they fell to Cromwell right, but beat Cloquet. They came out and lost to Foley. That's another game where they didn't start the game so well. Kind of in the middle, they got things going. Then at the end of the first half, kind of started to slow down again. Second half, not a good start. Middle of the second half, all of a sudden they found some rhythm. They erased a 20-point deficit, and they were on the roll to a comeback. Foley unfortunately made some shots, and they lost that one by 20. But that's another one where they feel like they probably should have won. Then they lost to Bram. They beat Hankley, lost to Malacca, and beat Mille Lacs. Now, again, Malacca is very good, but that's also one where if you're going to compete deep in the playoffs this year, you're going to have to compete a little bit better against those teams. And I think for Pine City, one of the biggest things this year has been, 1, confidence, 2, consistency. I just don't think they have found both of those for a stretch of games yet. Now, it started real well last Friday against Mille Lacs. It wasn't the greatest first half, but second half they really were dominant. And in talking with Coach Judd, that's exactly what they need and want in a game. And if they can put that together in 2 games in a row against Mille Lacs and an East Central, I think they'll be on a good road forward heading into the second half of their season, because if you can put together 2 games where you're confident, you're shooting well, you're playing with no worries, you're just playing basketball, I think there's no reason that Pine City couldn't find a little bit of a rhythm and get on their way to a little bit of a win streak here before getting up to Crosby Ironton on Thursday. They will have 3 games next week as well. It'll start at Barnum on Monday. That could be a sneaky one, but then they will host Piers and Moose Lake Willow River, they'll host Piers on Tuesday and travel to Moose Lake Willow River on Friday, and that's the end. Oh my goodness, that's just nuts. That's the end of the month of January. I really can't believe that is, we're coming to the end of January already. It just doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right, and it doesn't seem real, but that is the case. And looks like our pregame warm-ups are over, so we're going to take a commercial break to hear word from our fine sponsors. When we return, we'll have your national anthem had been played and your starting lineups announced, as you're listening to girls basketball here on Cool Country 100.9 FM WCMP.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab a Meat Lover's burrito or new Ranchero beef and cheese burrito. I want one right now. Wash it down with everyone's favorite Celsius, buy one, get one free. And Holiday still has the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store and save. Open 24/7, 365. The Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Back here on Cool Country, 100.9 FM. Your starting lineups for tonight, starting with the visiting East Central Eagles. The Eagles will have number 0, Adeline Presley, number 0. Number 1, Ashlyn Lowe. Number 20, Elsie Lowerson. Then number 30, Lucy Lowerson. And number 33, Hayden Lowe. They are, of course, head coached by Sammy Tu. On the other side, for the Pine City Dragons, it will be number 2, Mallory Klepper. Number 3, Piper Metling. Number 4, Paige Gray. Number 11, Brooke Boland. And number 14, Retta Ganote. They are, of course, head coached by Patrick Judd. The Dragons are still without, unfortunately, one of their veteran players, Vivian Lottie, here tonight. Still in that concussion protocol, so she will not be able to go tonight for the Dragons. Hopefully she's able to get back sooner than later. She's not wearing sunglasses like she was last week, so hopefully she is well on her way to being back into the starting lineup. For the Eagles, they'll wear their white away uniforms, the silver trim on the shoulders and neck, the silver trim on the waistband of the short, the silver stripe or gray stripe on the side of the short, the gray numbers outlined in blue, the blue numbers outlined in gray. Tip-off is Mallory Klepper, and she wins the tip, gives it to Boland. Boland will start on the far side, gives it off to Mallory Klepper. Now underneath the basket, she goes for 2 on the pass from Klepper, but she's fouled. Sugar line and shoot 2 with 6 seconds taken off the board. They're going to need this on Adeline Presley. And again, it's Brooke Boland at the line to shoot 2. First one is no good. Dragons wearing their standard home green uniforms, the black trim on the sleeve, the neck, the bottom of the short, and the waistband. White letters and numbers outlined in black. No good for Boland again. This one's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say, by Pine City, apparently. Of course, they got that Dragon logo on each side of the shorts as well. As we get the inbound here to Lowerson, Lucy Lowerson. Now up the court to Lucy Lowerson, and Piper Metling knocks that pass out of bounds. Hayden Lowe trying to bring it up the court, but Piper Metling is right there as Elsie Lowerson gets set to inbound. Elsie Lowerson, one of the seniors on this East Central squad. Now over to Presley. Presley found the baseline drive and then had the ball knocked out by Brooke Boland. Boland providing some stingy defense there. Boland and Metling, the leaders of this team, but they also do a great job scoring, but also on defense. And don't forget about Klepper. There she is in the post trying to, well, she affected that pass, and it's going to be a steal for Piper Metling. They're going to take it the other way. Metling, quick release on the 3. It's just short, and it's rebounded by Ashlyn Lowe. They'll take it up the court quickly to Lucy Lowerson. Spin move past Klepper. Now she's got to go backwards. She's got to go to Elsie Lowerson. Lowerson, a free throw shot is no good, and rebounded by Brooke Boland. Still no score, 17 minutes to go in the first half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Piper Metling gets the pass from Klepper. That one's no good, and the rebound still up for grabs, going to be taken by Mallory Klepper. On the far side, gives to Metling again, tries to go inside to Boland. Boland has to knock it down, gives it outside to Gray. Gray on the near side, top the key now to Klepper. Klepper fakes the shot one way, and then lost it. It's stolen away by Adeline Presley. Sometimes you just need to get your hand on it, and that's what she did. She gives it up to Elsie Lowerson. Yeah, that is Elsie Lowerson. She'll give it on the far side to Lucy. Lucy trying to drive baseline. Spin move on Ganote, but nothing doing, and then she finds a baseline pass, and that pass a little too low for Hayden Lowe, and it's going to be, they're going to say knocked out of bounds on the rebound attempt by Pine City. So we'll stay with East Central. Don't want to allow Hayden Lowe that drive, but great job by Lowe to find that open lane to the basket. Just couldn't convert, as now we've got out to Elsie Lawerson, back over on the near side to Hayden Lowe. Lowe, a shot from just inside the perimeter is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Piper Metling. She'll give it off to Boland. Boland quickly up the court, stops, spin move, wanted to give it to Metling, but she's guarded well. Then she does give it to Metling. Metling top of the key, trying to get around the defender. Gives it off to Ganote. Ganote does not take the shot from long two. That one's no good by Metling. Rebounded by Lowe. This pass is in between the legs of a Eagle, and then it gets off to Lowe, and Lowe has it poked out again by Boland. That pass was to Lucy Lawerson, who went right between her legs, somehow able to pick it back up, but Pine City was right there to knock it out of Lowe's hands on the drive baseline to the basket. She'll inbound to Presley. Presley now to Elsie. Elsie nearly had it poked away, but Lowe gives it off on the far side to Presley, and the pass is just out of reach for Presley. It'll go out of bounds and back to Pine City. Presley, a freshman here for the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles only carrying 3 seniors. Seems like many teams this year are low on experience in seniors, but still are doing pretty good. Mallory Klepper for 3. It's no good. Going to be rebounded by Retta Ganote. She'll take it inside. The hook shot is no good. And now this one's rebounded by Ashlyn Lowe. So Lowe moving forward, trying to get something. And this ball is knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. So it will go back to the green and black. Get 3 in and 3 out for Pine City. This is something new. We'll get Rachel Brown into the game, as well as Rhea Johnson and Brecken Reiser. That is something we haven't seen real often this year from Pine City. This pass is too far for Pine City. It will go back to the Eagles. Early on for Pine City, got to be some frustration because they certainly feel like they've had way more opportunities than the Eagles have had to score, but just haven't been able to convert any. Central long on that 3. Ganote's going to get the rebound for Pine City. She gives it up to Paige Gray. Gray will let the defense get by and let the offense possibly get set. Give on this near side to Brown. Brown to Ganote. Obviously, they're trying to make up for the loss of Vivian Lottie out there with some of these subs. This ball is going to be rebounded by Brecken Reiser. Now over to Ganote. Ganote pauses, gives it over to Gray. Gray fakes the shot, drives inside, bounce pass to Brown. 7 seconds to shoot now. Brown tries to go inside to Gray, but it's stolen away by Elsie Lawerson. Just not real sure. Maybe there's a little bit of confusion by Pine City. And now Adeline Presley for 3. It's going to be no good. This is going to go out of bounds off the attempted rebound by Brecken Reiser. And it will stay with the Eagles. Boland, Metling, and Klepper in. Out is going to be Brown, Ganote, and Gray. So the 5 out there are Klepper, Metling, Johnson, Boland, and Reiser. For the Eagles, no substitutions yet. A 3 here from Hayden Lowe. That's going to be well short, and this rebound slap back in. It's going to be taken by Mallory Klepper. She wants to take it the distance. A long layup attempt is no good. Ashlyn Lowe with the rebound. Nobody on the scoreboard yet. Quick moving first half. And now Ashlyn Lowe gets the Eagles on the board. And, man, if you're Pine City, that is utter frustration because Pine City's had way more open looks. But unfortunately, they've given up too many open looks to East Central, but East Central, give them credit. They're doing a great job not allowing Pine City to get some of these shots to fall, and not only that, they're doing a great job of finding some open shots themselves. Now with it, Klepper finds the open lane to the basket. Shot is no good, but she was fouled, so that's why it was no good. They're going to get Adeline Presley with her second, team's second, and now Mallory Klepper's at the line for 2. Boland was already at the line. She missed both. First one's up, no good. And checking in now for the Eagles is going to be number 10, That's Kennedy Volk. So Volk into the game for the Eagles as Klepper misses the first. And that one's good. So 1 of 2 there. Pine City's on the board. And for Pine City, this not the ideal start. You're going on 5 minutes now with before scoring, as a steal here from Mallory Klepper, and the shot by Rhea Johnson's no good. Brecken Reiser's going to come up with the rebound. Now to Klepper on the near side, give to Bolin. Bolin looking for someone to go with it, tries to go inside to Klepper, nearly too long, then gives out to Rhea Johnson for 3. That's long, but Bolin's there for the rebound. Too many missed shots early on for Pine City. Mallory Klepper, this step back J is no good, rebounded by Volk. Early on, some I think what would be considered sloppy play by both teams. Just not able to settle in right now, and I think maybe overthinking a little bit as they leave open Lucy Lowerson on this near side. She finds the lane to the basket. That shot's up no good. Knocked out of bounds by East Central. It will go back to Pine City. No timeout called as of yet for either side. We're 5.5 minutes into this one. Been a fast-moving first half for both sides. 2 in, 2 out for Pine City. Rhea Johnson, Reiser out. Ganote and Paige Gray in. Bolin brings it up the court, gives it to Gray, now to Ganote. Ganote looking, she gives it to Metling. Metling had a hand on it, then takes it outside for 3. The bank shot is no good. Paige Gray can't come up with the rebound. Now we're going to tie it up, and jump ball, possession arrow looks like it favors the Eagles, so the Eagles will get it back. Just too many open opportunities for rebounds left alone there for Pine City. That's one thing we've noticed here this season is Pine City's just left too many rebounds up for grabs, and they need to figure out a way to get them. Now Hayden Lowe finds a little bit of a lane up the court, fake the shot one way, and then take it, and then she misses. Mallory Klepper grabs the rebound. Klepper going to take it up the court quickly, gives it to Gray. Now back out Metling. Metling wants Ganote. Down the far side, Bolin. Bolin. She'll pull it down, give it to Klepper, back to Bolin on the far side. Elbow for 3, and Pine City finally crosses that threshold, gets on the board. Looks like we got a timeout called here by East Central. It will be a full. They take one, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Girls Basketball on Cool Country.
The mushroom melt
FM.
is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on Cool Country, 100.9 FM WCMP, live with the video at WCMPradio.com. A little bit of a slow start to the game for both teams, but you got to give East Central credit. They're not allowing any Pine City anything, except for the 1-3 so far. And they've also done a good job of finding some open shots, but that they need to convert. And now a hard foul here from Paige Gray trying to get the ball from Kennedy Volk. Just a little too much on that one for Gray, and East Central will get set to inbound. Again, a little bit of a slow start for both teams. Had their fair share of open shots, but have not been able to get them to fall really either side. But East Central got on the board first here in this one. This ball is knocked out of bounds by Piper Metling. Probably could have had the steal there, but let that one just go. It would have been close, but East Central will look to inbound once again. They'll go far side to Lucy Lowerson for 3. It's no good. Piper Metling is there for the rebound. It looked good, but just off the mark. Mallory Klepper, breakout pass. Tried to get to Ganote, but Ganote was covered well. Now Bolin covered well. Should give it to Ganote. Ganote fakes the 3. Now trying to drive inside, trying to put up a shot through some traffic. No foul call, and I think Judd a little bit upset with that one, as it is Ashlyn Lowe with it. Now to Lucy Lowerson. Got past the defender and drives in for 2. Pine City somehow is just not guarding as well as they should on those baseline drives, and they're giving up easy shots to East Central. Boland, as she drives inside, gets that ball, I thought, tied up, but apparently she did not, and it's going to be called a travel. Ganote out in is Rhea Johnson. We'll see if Pine City maybe picks up the pressure defensively, put on some full court pressure. They do a little bit, but it's more of a zone. And, well, this pass is going to go up the court and out of bounds by East Central. So Pine City will get it back. That's a mistake there for East Central. Now we'll see a new young lady in for the Eagles. This is 23, one of the seniors, Chandra Nelson. This pass now to Metling, then to Klepper, now to Metling again. They'll give it over to Gray. Gray for 3, looks good, but it's off the mark, and it's rebounded by Elsie Lowerson. Lowerson gives it over to Lucy. Lucy gets by the defender. A high arcing shot is up and no good. Rebound is going to be taken in by Mallory Klepper. Slowing things down, gives it off to Boland. Boland on that far side. High arcing layup, but gets it to fall for 2. And it's 6-4. Pine City retakes the lead. Hayden Lowe trying to get this pass up the court, but it's going to be stolen away by Mallory Klepper. Now to Boland. Now to Gray. Inside to Klepper. That was a little bit of an ill-advised pass. And that one should have been elsewhere. And East Central nearly got the steal, but as they were juggling it, they stepped on the baseline, so we'll stay with Pine City. Pine City catching a break there on that one. East Central, though, they've done a really good job of just being in the way right now. Boland with the step-back 3 is no good. Paige Gray trying to keep the rebound alive. It's going to be taken by Elsie Lowerson. Excuse me, that's Lucy. On the far side, 3, Ashlyn Lowe. It's no good. And the rebound by Klepper. Klepper trying to take it up the court. Man, East Central's transition defense has just been phenomenal, but somehow, some way, Klepper gets that one to fall for 2. They're going to get this one on Lucy Lowerson, her first, team's 3rd. And now at the line for the possible 3-point play is Mallory Klepper. This one's no good, so it will stay 2. Rebounded by the guilty Eagle, Lucy Lowerson. This pass, oh, they left her all alone underneath. Ashlyn Lowe drops it in for 2. You can't do that. I mean, there was no one around her. The entire, post was wide open. Pine City had no one there. A mistake defensively, and East Central gets back within 2. Matt Lane gives it off on the far side to Gray. Now she gets it back, lost it, poked out from behind. She wants to go inside to Klepper, but she's guarded well and gives it to Gray. Goes to Boland. Now under 10 seconds to shoot. And a Boland. And a Boland for the offensive charge there. Her first, team's 2nd. Reiser checks in, and we get another, thought we'd get a new Eagle. It was about to be Sophia Warman, but right as she takes off the warm-up jersey, she sits back down. Must not have gotten there in time. This ball passing up the court, but Rhea Johnson got her paw in the way. Knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with East Central. 8:39 to go. Here she comes. There's Sophia Warman. Warman into the game. Lucy Lowerson with it. Excuse me, that's Elsie now. Hard to distinguish the 2 and 3. Shot is up, no good. Rhea Johnson there for the rebound. Boland, spin move on the far side. Finds that baseline drive, but it's too strong on the shot, and it's rebounded by Kennedy Volk. These are the shots that Pine City's been missing all night, and just frustration, you can tell. And it's kind of coming out on defense, unfortunately. And if you're Pine City, you just got to have a short memory. Ashlyn Lowe, rather, has it. She gives it off now to Lucy Lowerson. Tries the spin move, but Breckenreiser's right there. Ashlyn Lowe gets a beautiful screen for 3. It's short. And it's going to be rebounded by Rhea Johnson. Long pass up the court from Bolin to Klepper, but that shot is long. And Klepper gets the rebound right back. Missed the shot, gets another rebound, and puts it back in for 2. She gave the pass off to Bolin, who missed it. Then she got another rebound and took the shot. Pine City will call timeout while they take one. We'll take one as well. Listen to girls basketball in Cool Country, WCMP.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Back here on WCMP. Is an upset brewing? Possibly. Now, if you're a Bram fan, you would say, no, we're just that good. But if you're a Mora fan, you'd say, oh, no, we can't let that happen. Bram leads Mora right now, 18-14 in that first half over there. Adam Hefty on the call on that one on KBEK. Surprising score. Mora is really good this year, and I thought they were going to be a class of Great River Conference in boys basketball, but Bram giving them everything they can handle. And now a 3 on the far side from Lucy Lowerson to make it 10 to, I thought 9. And now we got a scoreboard issue. A shot here from Metling is no good, knocked out by the Eagles. Yeah, we've got a scoreboard issue, so now teams are going to have to go to their benches, unfortunately. So it should be, I think, 10-9 after that 3. Let me count. 2, 4, 6, yep, 9. It should be 10-9, Pine City on top, and we're under 8 minutes to go. So they've got to get the scoreboard fixed here, and once they do that, then they'll get it back going. 7:11 on the clock, and they're updating the shot clock as well. It will be Pine City ball as it was knocked out by East Central. Still getting things figured out there at the scorers table. And Pine City back out onto the court. And things happen. So here we go. We're back to action. Pine City will get set to inbound. 8:20 to go. Excuse me, I thought they were under 8 minutes. But 8:20 to go. Inbound to Bolin on the near side. She'll quickly take a 3. It is short again. Reddica Note trying to come up with the rebound. We're going to get a tie-up. Jump ball. Possession arrow is Pine City's. So the Dragons will hold on to it. 8:13 to go. Unfortunately, coach is getting a talking to down there on the bench. Apparently he must have had an issue with the clock. I'm not sure if the shot clock or the game clock, but looks like everything's ready to go again. Bolin will have it. Now looks to give it on the far side to Metling. Metling trying to go inside Klepper. Klepper gives near side Bolin a 3. Line drive is no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it back in for 2. Pine City just needs to create their own shots right now. I think they're just not getting what they need. This pass is going to be intercepted by Reddica Note. no other way to put that one. Gives to Piper Metling. Then the shot by Paige Gray is off the mark. Rediga Note following that one to get the rebound. And we get another, a jump ball. And the possession arrows pointing the Eagles' way. I thought that was going to be called a foul there on East Central. Not the case. They do a good job of wrapping up the ball. And again, we got to give credit to the Eagles. This pass inbound, tipped out by Metling. But the Eagles have done a great job of not allowing Pine City any open looks. And if they're allowing the look, they're doing a good job of getting to the basket and getting a rebound. Not allowing any second chance scoring opportunities. And also, offensively, East Central's doing a good job of finding open shots. And honestly, Pine City's just not there. This pass was nearly taken away. It probably should have been. And now a long three, no good on the bank shot there. Rediga Note is there for the rebound. Elsie Lowerson looking for a three. Pass inside to Klepper from Bolin. She gives it back outside. Bolin, she had a chance at three. Instead, tried to give it inside to Klepper. And Klepper with the hook shot lays it in for two. Took a while, but finally both of these offenses have found some spots to get to the basket and get some shots to fall. Meanwhile, up the court with it, Ashlyn Lowe, guarded well by Metling. Now tries to roll it. I don't know if she tried to bounce pass or roll it to Hayden Lowe, but that was just too far out of her reach, and it's going to go out of bounds and be Pine City ball. Kennedy Volk checks in for Elsie Lowerson. Inbound here to Boland, and Brolin gets the word from head coach Judd, brings it forward with Klepper. Klepper gives it over to Ganote. Ganote to Gray. Gray to Metling, and now to Klepper. Klepper will take it to the top of the key for three. It's in and out, and the rebound there by Lucy Lowerson. Quickly up the court, Ashlyn Lowe gives it off to Volk. Volk gives it right back now to Lucy. Lucy to Ashlyn Lowe for three. It's no good. Rebounded, though, by Kennedy Volk. She just did a great job of setting herself up in position for that rebound. Hayden Lowe on the far side with it. Trying to drive baseline. It's poked out by Mallory Klepper. Eagles will get set to inbound. Trying to find someone. They do. Nice job by Ashlyn Lowe to zigzag and find her way open. A shot here. Oh, how in the world did Lucy Lowerson drop that one in? I don't know, but great effort there. Lucy, only a freshman. A long two from Rediga Note is off the mark, and the rebound nearly picked up by Metling. She took it away from an Eagle player, but couldn't get it as it went out of bounds. Rhea Johnson, Breckenreiser in, Ganote and Metling out. 6:04 to go in the first half, 14-11. Low scoring first half here for both of these squads. I mean, yes, they score 50 points per game on average, but these offenses can score a lot more. And we've seen Pine City, they nearly put up 80 points last Friday, and that's certainly what they feel like they can do game in and game out, and they really feel like should. This ball knocked out of bounds by Brooke Boland. Adeline Presley trying to take it up the court, but Brooke Boland says, no, ma'am. And now Pine City will pick up the pressure defensively. Chandra Nelson gets it inbounded to Adeline Presley. Presley bringing it forward. Wants to give it back. She does now to Elsie Lowerson. Tries to make a move. Trying to find Lucy, but she's not open. Now Elsie will just take a two from the free throw line. That's no good. Rhea Johnson there for the rebound. Boland with it on the far side. Inside to Klepper, and it's in for two on the assist from Paige Gray. 16-11, 5:30 to go. Eagles, they have kept themselves right in it, and I wouldn't be surprised. They're going to get Boland for a foul there. She thought she had drew the foul. Thought it was going to be a charge on the offense, but she looked at her coaches, and they said, nope, that's unfortunately on you. She'll pick up her second, and the team's third. This inbound is going to be tipped, and stolen away by Breckenreiser. Quick pass up the court from Gray to Klepper now on the near side. Rhea Johnson for three. It's going to come up short. Breckenreiser. That ball's up for grabs, and it was held on to by Lucy Lowerson. Now we get a... Oh, no way. They're going to get a foul on Brooke Boland, which would be her third, team's fourth, and now she's sitting the rest of the first half. Comes to the sideline shaking her head, and I kind of agree, young lady, that first of all, you drew the charge, unfortunately, which, man, could have gone either way, and then that one, I don't know. They've been allowing them to tie up the ball all night, and I don't know. Either way, the Eagles do have the ball back. Hayden Lowe up the court on the far side now. Breckenreiser allows the lane to dry, but it is no good on the shot. Rhea Johnson picks up the rebound. Metling goes inside to Klepper. The hook shot, no good. Metling following through with the rebound. That's no good. And rebound by Metling again. Far side three, Rhea Johnson, no good. Breckenreiser with the rebound. Trying to get away. Gives it off to Gray, now to Metling. Metling trying to find something. She'll reset now under 10 to shoot. Rhea Johnson to Klepper. Klepper trying to glide her way through. She does. The shot's no good. Oh, it doesn't matter because she's going to get called for a travel. Thought we were going to get a foul call, but no, instead a travel call. And the ball goes back to East Central. Just when it looked like Pine City was heating up, East Central says no. And now this ball knocked out of bounds by Paige Gray. Eagles will inbound on their offensive side. Oh, that's an over and back by Presley. I guess she didn't have the ball. I don't know. Elsie Lowerson almost got a travel, but now taking a shot. Chandra Nelson. No, excuse me, that was Hayden Lowe just missing. Rebounded by the Dragons. Klepper trying to drive inside. She drops it in for two. She's been a huge piece of this offense as she gets the ball inside. She got 11 points, 11 of the 18. Eagles with it, Elsie Lowerson looking for a screen, guarded by Klepper. Passes it back out to Presley. Presley goes to Lucy. Lucy trying to drive, but she has to stop and go back out. Is that a three? It is for Lucy Lowerson. Well, that was a good-looking shot for Lucy Lowerson, and Pine City has allowed too many open looks for her out there. Klepper fakes one way, goes the other. Rebound. Up for grabs, it's Metling. Gives it over to Gray near side for three. That's good. Paige Gray with her first points on the game. Make it 21-14. A three answered with a three. Now under 3 minutes to go. Hayden Lowe on the far side. Gives to Lucy Lowerson for three. No good. I thought she was going to be able to get that one to drop in. That's exactly the kind of look she's looking for. That time just couldn't get it to drop. Reiser gives it over to Klepper. Now to Gray. Metling back to Klepper. Trying to find a way inside, but East Central clogging up the lanes. Metling back to Klepper, and that was too far. Klepper was trying to draw her way inside, but then the pass just went too far out of reach. Good note in, Reiser out for Pine City. And Pine City, or East Central rather, up with it the other way. Ashlyn Lowe with it. She'll just take a long two, but that's no good just inside the perimeter. Rhea Johnson with another rebound. Paige Gray up the court to Ganote inside. They tried to go to Klepper. Back outside, Rhea Johnson left alone for three. That's good. And Rhea Johnson gets on the board. I think for her and the rest of the team, they're kind of feeling like finally getting a little bit of offense to roll. 24-14, under 2 minutes to go. Nice move there by Hayden Lowe. She gives it then back up to Elsie Lowerson, now to Lucy. Lucy, she's staring at that basket. She might as well take a shot. She's got probably more than a 75-80% chance to get it to fall. Now with it is Hayden Lowe. Guarded well. She's trying to lob it there for Ashlyn Lowe, but that one went out of her reach. She smacked it back into play, but it hits the back of the backboard, which is out of bounds. 1:28 to go, 24-14. Pine City has a 10-point lead, their largest of the night. Klepper gives it over to Gray. Gray thought about three, instead trying to drive in on the basket herself. Shot is missed. Klepper with the rebound. Metling with the rebound. Shot is no good, and now this one's rebounded by Elsie Lowerson. Elsie gives it to Presley. Presley gets around the defense. Now gives it to Lucy for three, no good. I chuckle because it seems like every time she's put up a shot like that, it's been good, but unfortunately that time not the case. Klepper will just take a three, and that one's going to be no good. Nobody around but the Eagles for a rebound. It's Ashlyn Lowe who will take it forward. Game clock, shot clock separated by about 6 seconds. This pass, oh my goodness. A tough one, then Hayden Lowe drops it in for two, and she was fouled, so she draws the and one. They call Metling, I think. No, they're going to get Paige Gray, her second. So Hayden Lowe with a chance for the three-point play. Only gets the two. She couldn't complete the free throw. And this was rebounded by Mallory Klepper. Now the pass up the court to Paige Gray. Too long, and it's right back to East Central. If you're Pine City, this is the spot where you got to pour on the points and pull away a little bit, especially with that 10-point lead. But now East Central's cut into it by two, and now a long pass gives it right back to East Central. And this is exactly what you don't want if you're Pine City. But East Central's saying, hey, we'll take it. And now they got a chance to swing momentum right before half. Hayden Lowe with it, driving baseline. Gives it over to Volk. Volk to Elsie Lowerson. Back to Hayden Lowe for three. It rattles through. Wow. 24-19. And a deep shot for three at the half is no good. And that's going to do it. And like I mentioned, East Central had a chance to end the half with momentum, and they certainly do. Pine City still leads, but East Central hot on the tail of Pine City as the Dragons lead 24-19 at the half. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back to recap the first half of action as you're listening to girls basketball on Cool Country.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab CK Oil, save $2 when you buy 2, or CK Diesel DEF treatment for only $23.99. While you're at Holiday, they still have the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items, and Refresh Team Spirit with Mountain Dew are 3 for $6, or Celsius, buy one get one free. Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
And on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here at halftime, Dragons do lead the Eagles of East Central 24-19. As we take a look at the first half stats on the Eagles side, leading the way for them was Lucy Lowerson with 10 points. She had 2 big threes in that first half. And Hayden Lowe hit a big 3 there late to give them, to cut that lead down even more to 5. And then Ashlyn Lowe with 4. They were led in rebounds by Ashlyn Lowe with 5 of them. 4 for Lowerson in that first half. They had 2 steals. They were 0 for 1 from the free throw line and had 3 team fouls. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, Mallory Klepper led the team with 11 points, then 7 from Brooke Boland, but she had to sit since the 5-minute mark of the first half because she had 3 fouls. Then 3 for both Rhea Johnson and Paige Gray. Mallory Klepper led the team with 10, and then 7 for Melling and 5 for Rhea Johnson. She's doing a good job out there. They had 5 steals. They were 1 of 5 from the free throw line and had 5 team fouls themselves, unfortunately only coming from 2 players, Paige Gray and Brooke Boland. Again, Brooke Boland picked up her 3rd at the 5-minute mark in that first half, and she had to sit for the last 5 minutes. So less than ideal for Pine City. Of course, again, they're still without Vivian Lottie, who is in concussion protocol. Again, hopefully she's able to be back sooner rather than later. I think they're missing her a little bit out there. She adds that veteran presence. She adds that just another level of the experience for Pine City. And also, just teammates being on the same page. I think there's not enough said about that because we see plenty of time where, we've got a couple of players who play with, the seniors the year before and they've got great communication. Then it comes to a year like this where you may not have the same players as the year before and that communication is a little bit off just because they haven't played with each other really ever. So at least on a varsity setting. So for Pine City, right now, they really started slow. It was a slow start for them. We didn't get our first points on the board, I think, until 6-7 minutes into the first half, and it was East Central who actually got on the board first. And give them credit; they've done a good job of finding the open shots, getting around the Pine City defenders and finding some open lanes that honestly shouldn't be open. Pine City should have clamped them shut, but East Central they're just finding a way, and it doesn't matter. It seems like right now East Central just kind of wants it more at some points. It seems like they're getting there and they're executing at a little bit better rate than Pine City. Of course, some of their shots are not falling like they would hope, but East Central, I think, right now has the edge because, again, they're executing a little bit better. They're sticking with their game plan, and they're really doing a good job of making sure that once they get into their offensive zone, each and every pass is with purpose, and they're not wasting anything. And not only that, again, driving to the basket right now. East Central, their ability to drive to the basket, get around these Pine City defenders, has been phenomenal. You're watching it and you're going, there's no way she should be able to get around, and they just do. They get around so well, whether it's the speed or they're super aware of what's going on the court. They're just doing a really good job of getting around these Pine City defenders. And another really good thing that they're doing is transition defense. They're getting back defensively, are the Eagles, in such a hurry that Pine City has had, I think, only one, if they've had any, chances for a fast break opportunity. Even when they get the steal or turnover, it doesn't matter. East Central's not allowing Pine City to get those fast break opportunities, and there's no breakout passes open for Pine City, so East Central's really done a good job of cutting that down and not allowing Pine City anything of those sorts to try and swing momentum heavily in their favor. It was a 10-point lead at one point for Pine City, but East Central came back and scored the last 5 points. Again, the big 3 there at the end to cut it down to 5 points. So, again, East Central swings momentum, that's what you call it, in their favor heavily before the first half ends. And Pine City is just kind of left dealing with it and looking at themselves saying, man, what happened? Obviously, they'll be looking to correct those mistakes here at the halftime period and hope to come out. And I think one of the biggest things is just they need to execute a little bit better. They're doing a good job finding some points in the paint from Mallory Klepper, but it just seems like there's a lack of, I'm not really, consistency would be one thing, but just something right now offensively is a little bit off. Same with defense. It just seems like maybe it's the communication. Maybe it's just the urgency that in which they're playing. Something is a little bit off for them right now. And obviously Patrick Judd will have them turn it around here in the second half. But it's obviously a little bit frustrating. You can tell they're a little bit frustrated out there. But they just got to get back to playing confident, playing to the best of their ability, and sticking and making sure they're executing the play call, because right now they've just allowed far too many open shots. And, again, we got to give East Central credit, man. They've done a great job of just finding those lanes. That's going to be it for the first half. Before we do go for our last break before the second half, I want to mention over in Mora, Bram does lead the Mustangs right now 30-27. That's going to be a great finish over there. That is for the top of the conference. The winner is on top of the Great River Conference in the boys basketball world. So stay tuned for that one. Quick commercial break, then back for the second half of action here.
Hey there, sports fans. Hey there, from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
You know, I tell myself that I got to save money and I can't go out to eat, and then I hear a commercial like that, and I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow for lunch, root beer float does sound good. Especially after all this negative weather, these below zero temperatures. The heat wave that we're getting tomorrow of 20 degrees above zero, I think we all deserve a root beer float. We all deserve some A&W tomorrow. So treat yourself. Of course, a good way to do that is WCMPradio.com/deals, because we've got some great deals on our local restaurants, places of business on there. And if it's not in, keep making sure you check back, because sometimes the coupon just runs out and we get them back in every once in a while. Periodically is how you would say that. So Pine City will start with the ball in the second half. Obviously, Bolin will be out there to start the second half. She had 3 fouls quickly piled up in that first half, so she had to sit for the last 5 minutes. But we'll have her out there now, and definitely I think missed her along, because Vivian Lottie is out as well. So definitely I think they missed that. Piper Metling pass a little bit late to her inside, and then it was rebounded by Lucy Lowers, and that's one where Pine City, they've got to have that rebound. Even though they did out-rebound East Central in the first half, they definitely left some out there. A 3, oh my goodness, over the defender for Elsie Lowerson for 3. Cold-blooded, as Paul Allen would say. That was a thing of beauty. Boland inside to Klepper, now back outside for Boland. That one's long, and Boland's going to wind up with the rebound. She's going to take it all the way to the basket, and she's fouled. So she'll go line and shoot 2, 0 for 2 on the night. We're going to get this on Adeline Presley, her 3rd. Team's 1st of the second half. Boland got the friendly roll. Hop, skipped, and jumped a few times, but Finally wound up going through that net. And this one not going to be as lucky. Rebounded there by Lucy Lowerson. To Elsie. Now to Hayden Lowe. Lowe again finds that drive to the basket, but that is blocked out of bounds by Mallory Klepper, and she says, okay, I have had enough of that. But that's the drive that I talked about. The entire first half seemed like the Eagles were getting that at will, but this time Pine City figures it out and says, no. We're putting a stop to this. Oh, a quick whistle. Oh, they're going to get Paige Gray, which would be her third. Looks like we're going to get into the game. That is 13, Kate Unverzant. Into the game for Pine City for the first time here tonight. A quick three again, but that's going to come up short this time for Lucy Lowerson. I like the idea. Quick inbound and then the quick pull of the three, but comes up short. 25-22. Klepper waiting. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Goodnote. Goodnote trying to go inside to Unverzant, and Unverzant had that one knocked away. She picks it back up, gives it to Goodnote. All the way across the court to Boland. Boland now to Klepper. Klepper trying to work her way inside. The hook shot is, oh my goodness, a thing of beauty. To put it in for two. You can't ask for much better. We get a travel call here on the Eagles. Elsie Lowerson traveled with it. Now Pine City gets it back. Great defense provided there by Mallory Klepper. So now Bowling gets set to inbound. To Klepper. Now to Metling. Back to Boland in the near side corner. Right back to Klepper, Now to Metling at the top of the key for three. It's good. Her first points on the game. You can tell she felt that one. And a whistle. Pine City thought they were going to get called for a foul. We had some eyes that were wondering, like, oh, wait a minute. Going to be a 30-second timeout here for East Central. They'll be left with three, as that is only their second. 30-22 is our score. Pine City with the lead here in the second half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard over in Mora. The Mustangs have taken the lead now, 39-34, make it 42-34. As the big man Oberfeld just hit a three. Again, that game over there in Mora, broadcasted by Adam Hefty over on KBEK 95.5 FM. That game, for the boys basketball teams anyways, the winner of that one will stand alone at the top of the Great River Conference. In our game, the Eagles get set to inbound. Hayden Lowe with it. Tries to give it back, but her pass is knocked away. Pine City's done a good job of that here tonight, getting their hands in the pass lane, but obviously if you're Judd, you'd want a few more of these to turn into turnovers. This ball is tipped, and, oh, that's one, if you're Pine City, that has to be a turnover. They could not hold on to it. Give credit to East Central, though. They worked hard, and they got the ball back. This ball knocked out of bounds by Pine City. And again, Boland was there. It felt like she probably could have had a chance at picking that one up, but she just lets it go. I don't know if maybe she thought the East Central player had touched it last or what, but felt like she probably could have had that as a steal. Again, these are the spots where Pine City needs to pick it up a little bit because it just feels like there's a lack of maybe just want or energy at times. A three here, line drive is no good. Kate Unverzant with the rebound. And they move the ball quickly up the court to Klepper on the far side for Metling. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Kate Unverzant. Boland has it, wants to go inside Klepper. Klepper, beautiful shot. The layup is good. Klepper has taken the spot of who had that place last year, and that was stolen away by Piper Metling. We get a foul here on East Central. This one's going to be on Lucy Lowerson, her second. Team second. Metling will get set to inbound. Quick substitution for East Central. Inbound here to Klepper from Metling, and we got a foul or are we going to get a travel? It's going to be a travel. So Metling, that's one where the defender got a hand on it. I don't know if that maybe shouldn't have been probably a jump ball. But East Central gets it back either way. And they'll try and get it up the court now. Chelsea Lauerson with it. She is looking. On the near side for Hayden Lowe. Carly Jusak was the young lady I was thinking of. Oh, and what a shot there from Hayden Lowe. Up over two defenders. Drops that one in for two. But, yeah, Klepper has stepped into that Carly Jusak role this year, and they have much needed it. Metling lob. Trying to find Klepper, but that was just over the reach of Klepper. Not sure if it was maybe a miscommunication or if someone went the wrong way. Not real sure, as get 2 in, 2 out. Ganote and Metling out in is Gray and Rhea Johnson. So East Central has it back. Ashlyn Lowe with it. This ball is tipped, stolen away by Klepper. Up underneath, Gray drops it in for 2. It's Klepper's 3rd steal on the evening. Bolin not beat. That ball was up for grabs, but now here goes Kennedy Volk driving inside. Now a long 2 is no good. Kate Unverzat there for the rebound. Bolin, breakout pass to Klepper. Shot is no good, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2. And now Pine City's starting to kind of find some rhythm and find some speed offensively. We'll get Lucy Lauerson, her 3rd, team's 3rd. And Klepper's at the line to shoot 2, 34-24, 13:52 to go, half number 2. Klepper's good on the first. Chandra Nelson into the game for Volk. And this one's good as well by Klepper. 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. Makes it 36-24. Inbound now to Lowe. Lowe gives it up the court to Hayden Lowe. They left Lucy Lauerson all alone on that far side, but then Unverzat quickly got there. She's guarded well by Bolin. She looks to drive inside. This pass is tipped. Chandra Nelson somehow comes up with it, but then it's stolen away by Paige Gray. Now they've got a chance one-on-one, and it's Mallory Klepper who's going to take it the coast to coast, drop it in for 2 to make it 38-24, and Pine City has all of a sudden started to pull away. Timeout called by East Central. It will be a full, and while they take one, we'll take one as well. You listen to girls basketball on Cool Country WC.
Untangling your headphones. Finding the right remote. Saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Back here on WCMP, 100.9 FM, Cool Country. 13-28. Pine City leads now by 14. Looks like they'll put a little bit more pressure on. Defensively, looks more or less like full court. This ball is inbounded, nearly stolen away, but Lauerson, that's Elsie. She has it. Wants to go to Chandra Nelson. She gets it to her. Chandra gets up the court. Hayden Lowe now. Hayden with it. Looks, gives it off far side to Ashlyn. Ashlyn wanted to go back to Lucy. She does finally get it to Lucy. This one's going to be stolen away. Mallory Klepper. Another 2. Have yourself a half. Mallory, what a... 2 more steals. This one nearly stolen away again, but up 10 more points already. Oh, nearly a travel there by Ashlyn Lowe, but good job to get it off to Hayden Lowe for three. That's no good. Racing for it is Lucy Lowerson for the rebound. She gives it off to Elsie. Elsie on the elbow, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Puts up the shot. Oh, it was there. It's just off the mark. And Kate Unverzad is there for the rebound. Rhea Johnson brings up the court. She'll give it to Paige Gray on the far side for three. That's off the mark as well. Now Hayden Lowe with the rebound. Hayden Lowe will bring it up the court for East Central. Under 12.5 to go. Gives to Chandra. Now to Lowe. Lowe got past the defender, driving inside. Shot is no good. That's the first rebound in a while for Klepper. Breakout pass to Boland, and beautiful pass. Split the defenders. Oh, Tom Brady would be proud of that one, but that is just off the mark on the shot, and Lucy Lowerson grabs the rebound. Elsie for three. It's a deep one. She says, fine, if you're going to leave me alone like that, I'll just take the three from here. About a college-range three, and she dropped it in. Made it look easy. Pass to Unverzad. Somehow used her strong hands and grip to get that one away from the defender. Passed off to Gray, and then Gray lost it out of bounds. Boland and Johnson out in is Metling and Ganote. Man, I'm really impressed with Unverzad on that last one. I mean, the defender had, two defenders had hands on it. She somehow got that ball away and still got the pass off. I mean, just very, very good play by her. This ball is going to be tipped and stolen away by Paige Gray. Will she slow it down? No. Quickly up the court to Mallory Klepper. Her shot is no good, but following for the rebound and put back for two is Kate Unverzad. The Eagles trying to get the ball back up the court quickly. Chandra Nelson, that pass in between everybody. Knocked out of bounds. They're going to say no. It was through a bunch of hands, but Pine City did not touch it, they're going to say. Volk will check in for Chandra Nelson. Note inbounds to Klepper, and Klepper will kind of run the offense right now. They're kind of just riding the hot hand. And why not? I mean, when Klepper's playing so well, there's no reason to not get her the ball. Metling back outside to Gray. Thought about three, pulls it down, gives it to Klepper, now to Metling. Metling guarded well, gives it to Unverzad, back to Metling. Metling, that one's well off the mark, and going to be rebounded by Adeline Presley. She's got a little bit of room to roam. Takes it up the court, but now Klepper there. Oh, Elsie Lowerson, no good. Left alone from three, and it's going to be Klepper there for the rebound. Klepper trying to go coast to coast. Gives it to Unverzad. Now to Ganote on the near side elbow. Three from Metling is no good. Klepper up over everybody for the rebound. And as she puts up the shot, she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot. No, she's not going to shoot two. It's going to be a foul on the floor. I think they got that one on Ashlyn Lowe, which would be her first. And checking in for the first time here tonight for the Eagles is 22, Adeline Fote. Mallory Klepper, the reverse layup is no good, but it's knocked out of bounds by East Central. So it stays with the green and white. And black, I guess. Adeline Fote. I would assume she's the daughter of the East Central boys head coach, Darren Fote, but could be wrong. Maybe it's just niece. Not sure. I'd assume there's a relation, so. Lucy Lowerson checks back in for the Eagles after this ball was tipped away. Now they'll inbound to Boland. Boland wanted to go to Klepper. Ganote left alone at the top of the key. Gives inside to Klepper. Boland for three. It's going to come up well short. Good box out by East Central. Will not allow Pine City to get to the rebound. 42-27, 10:01 to go. Lowe will inbound to Lucy Lowerson. Gets by one defender. Stops. Travel call. Oh! Heard again what would have been a travel call has been turned into a foul call on Pine City. I think they get Piper Metling, her first. Team second. Now, to me, it was like, oh, really? But they're down on the court, so they have a much better vantage point of what happened. Eagles, good job passing the ball around. Presley with it now. Trying to give it off to Hayden Lowe for three. No good. Mallory Klepper with another rebound. Metling up the court to Gray. Back to Metling. Metling cutting to the basket. It's no good, though. And Adeline Fote there for the rebound. Presley up to Lucy Lowerson. Oh, too strong on that one. Piper Metling gets the rebound. Breakout pass to Gray. Will she slow it down? No. Boland to the basket, and I'm not real sure why she didn't just complete the layup there. Boland had a chance, and I think she just second-guessed herself. Saw the defender and maybe second-guessed herself, and it would have been an easy layup attempt, but I think she just second-guessed herself on that one, and unfortunately it'll be a travel. Give it back to the Eagles, but they will take a full timeout. While they take one, we'll take one as well. Back after 30 seconds here on WC.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on Cool Country 100.9 FM WCMP. Don't forget over on 95.5 FM KBEK, Adam Hefty calling a really good game himself between Mora and Bram in that boys basketball game. The winner sits alone atop the Great River Conference. In this one, you got the Eagles sticking around. Pine City's pulled away a little bit, but Pine City obviously showing some signs of frustration here, feeling like they should be playing better, but East Central's hanging right with them. They've hit some phenomenal threes here in not just the second half, but in this game, and they're keeping right in it. Oh, left alone for a long two, and getting it to fall is Lucy Lowerson. She's done a good job of just really converting what the defense gives her. Kate Unverzant gives it inside to Brooke Boland, who drops it in for two. I feel like that play was maybe deliberately designed to get her on the board, just to get her confidence back, because Boland, a little bit frustrated either with herself or just how the game was going. Needed that one. Turnaround two is a little bit rushed there by the Eagle player, and Boland is there for the rebound. She'll give it now to Ganote, to Unverzant. Metling on the far side. Elbow for three. It's no good. Ganote following, and she puts it back for two after getting the rebound. Eagles can't get this one up without Metling getting a hand on it and knocking it out. Chandra Nelson and Ashlyn Lowe will check into the game for Hayden Lowe and Adeline Fote. It's still a young team. You've got, again, as I mentioned, 3 seniors, a couple of juniors. The rest are sophomore, freshmen, and 8th graders. So, young team for East Central. You know what? They're holding their own, though. I've been really impressed. Elsie Lowerson gives it off to Ashlyn Lowe on the far side. I think they're going to get Kate Unverzant. They're going to apparently Kate Unverzant for a foul. Judd not too pleased with the call. And that's a tough call on a young lady like Unverzant, because you get a call on her like that, and that could diminish her confidence, because she's been playing defense really well. Not just defense, she's been playing really well here tonight. A 3 rims in and out. And it is slapped around, and Ganote's going to wind up with the rebound. But, yeah, Kate Unverzant's been playing really good here tonight as she's come in and played in the second half. Mallory Klepper will take it aggressively to the basket, and she knocks it down for 2. Great shot there. just decided that she wanted to take it to the basket. Said, I'm going to get this one to fall, and great drive. You're going to get this one on Lucy Lowerson for a little bit of a forearm shove. That'll be her fourth, unfortunately. We got 2 in, 2 out for the Eagles. You know, Sammy, too, I think she, if I remember correctly back to our interview in the preseason, this is her first season ever coaching basketball. She's doing a great job. She's doing a really good job. She mentioned in that interview, she's learning along with the girls, and hey, y'all are doing really good. A steal here by Kennedy Volk. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Now back the other way. Metling will take a shot from the free throw line, just short on it. I don't know if she's seen the defender, maybe second guessed or what, but just a little bit off as it was rebounded by Presley. Hayden Lowe with it to Nelson. Ashlyn Lowe looking, gives it to Volk. There's 7 minutes to go. Volk trying to get around the defenders. This ball was tipped out by Gano, but held on to by the Eagles, and then a pass for Volk is over her head from Hayden Lowe, and it's going to be Pine City ball. 2 out, 2 in, Ganote and Klepper out. In is Johnson and Gray for Pine City. 48-29. East Central will not bother with any pressure defensively in the half. In the full court, they'll get back and get ready defensively. Metling now to Johnson. They go inside to Boland. Boland trying to go inside to Metling. This one, that was just a little bit too tough inside. That one probably should have been gone elsewhere with it. Oh, Volk traveled, and that'll give it back to Pine City, unfortunately. She got a little bit off balance there and tried to kind of regain her balance, but unfortunately she was holding that ball and did not get a dribble on it, and we'll give it back to Pine City. Trying to, but just couldn't get that balance in time. Pine City has it back. Rhea Johnson with it to Gray. A little bit of a softer pass, and Gray's shot is no good. Metling had the rebound and had it just completely stolen away. That was Hayden Lowe. Volk for 3. Line drive shot no good. Rhea Johnson grabs the rebound. Under 6 minutes to go. Boland up the court to Unverzat. Just gets it to fall for 2. 50-29. Inbound to Presley. A little bit of full court pressure shown here by Pine City. His pass is tipped, but Ashlyn Lowe comes down with it. Now up the court, Volk. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Volk. Ooh. Gonna get Unverzat for that one. Her second. Team's fourth. And at the line to shoot 2 is Volk. .5:35 left here in the game. No good on the first from Volk. We'll see Reiser and Klepper check in for Metling and Boland. Volk gets the second one to fall. Quick sub in for the Eagles. It's Elsie Lowerson. Klepper gets the inbound. She'll run the offense, gives it over to Rhea Johnson. Johnson to Reiser. Reiser left alone for 3. Just too strong on that one. Klepper comes in out of the void to get the rebound and put it back in for 2. What a night for Mallory Klepper. Wow. Oh, what a move inside and couldn't get it to fall, Hayden Lowe. Oh, that would have been a highlight for years. Unverzat gets the rebound. Unverzat will give it near side to Gray, who lost it. And fumbling with it, pushes it to Unverzat. Rhea Johnson, she had a hand on that one. Gets around the defender, drives inside, and drops it in for 2. Great, grip strength by Rhea Johnson. She's taking a page out of Unverzat's book. 54-30. Presley with it for the Eagles. To Ashlyn Lowe. She'll dribble it out. We'll kind of reset things. A 2 here from Fote is no good. Brecken Reiser with the rebound. Up to Klepper. Up to Gray. Gray drops it in for 2. And a timeout called here by East Central. 56-30 is our score. 4:19 to go. It'll be a full. That'll give us a chance to hear a word from our fine sponsors on WCM.
Resetting your password. Unsubscribing from emails. Printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on Cool Country 100.9 FM WCMP. It's Eagles ball after the Dragons went on that scoring run there. 5 out there are Klepper, Gray, Johnson, Unverzant, and Reiser. As this pass by East Central tipped out of bounds once again by Pine City. Pine City has had their hands in the passing lane all night long. Eagles, even though that is frustrating, they're not showing too many signs of being frustrated. They're out there playing, having fun, and a few more shots go their way. This is a lot closer, but Pine City went on a little bit of a run here in the second half. Lowerson for 2. That's Elsie Lowerson. Now with 8 points on the night, 56-32, under 4 minutes to go. Klepper brings it up the court. She's nearing that 30-point mark. This ball stolen away by Hayden Lowe and drops it in for 2. The steal and the fast break, 56-34. She's got 24 points, does Klepper. Klepper with it, trying to drive inside. Got a foul called on East Central. That's Adeline Fote. Her first, team 6th. Johnson will get set to inbound for the Dragons. Reiser gets herself open for 3, just off the mark. Klepper, another rebound. And Rhea Johnson had that one go through her hands, but she is able to go and pick it up. Now Unverzant wanted to get it to Gray, but Gray was guarded well. This pass is poked back to Klepper. Klepper gets through the defender. Shot is up, no good. Unverzant right there for the rebound, and she puts it in for 2. Kate Unverzant. He's got 6 points on the night. Having a really good second half. She's come off the bench here in the second half and done a really good job, both offense and defensively. And a 2 from Adeline Presley. Makes it 58-36. Klepper gets through the defender, gives it to Rhea Johnson. The pass was tipped, but Johnson's following it, gets it to her. Now to Gray, now to Unverzant. Klepper on the far side. Wide open underneath is Kate Unverzant. And they're just feeding her the ball now, and she is converting. 60-36. On the far side, that's Ashlyn Lowe with it. Gives it back out to Hayden Lowe. This shot is blocked by Mallory Klepper. You know, last year, as the season went along, she was good for about 2 blocks a game, along with Carly Jusak. Her and Jusak averaged about 2 to 3 blocks a game, call it 2.5. It was really impressive. I think it was like a 10-game run even into the playoffs. It was like I think a 10-game run where each of them was averaging like 2 to 3 blocks a game. It was it was an impressive run. This ball back to the Eagles. In now is Sophia Eklund for the first time here tonight for the Eagles. Shot is up, no good. Reiser's there for the rebound for Pine City. Did get a few substitutions for the Dragons. Boland, Metling, and Brown each into the game. So the shot no good by Metling, rebounded by Reiser. Then as this one went up, it went out of bounds, but Boland threw it off a defender, and it will stay with the Eagles. Inbound to Metling. To Reiser. Reiser tries to kiss it off the glass. It's no good. It's going to be East Central ball. 1:19 to go. Eagles coming back the other way. Hayden Lowe ran into a defender. Gives it off now to Lucy Lowerson. That's going to be no good, and the Dragons will just watch that one roll its way out of bounds. So we'll go back to the Dragons. 1:09 to go. So Pine City on their way back to 500 on the season. Metling gives to Boland. Boland stared at the basket from 3. Thought about it, and then the drive inside. She misses, and visibly frustrated with herself, Elsie Lowerson grabs the rebound for East Central. Long 2 is no good. Rebounded. No, we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing the Eagles' way anyways. 41 seconds to go. Inbound to Elsie Lowerson. Gets by Boland. Now to Lucy. Outside, Hayden Lowe for 3. It's no good. Brooke Boland there for the rebound, and this should do it. Shot clock is off. That one's no good. Interesting, questionable maybe. Elsie Lowerson now's got a chance for the last shot. Gives it to Lucy Lowerson for 3. Oh, that one's no good. And battling over there is Reiser, battling with Sophia Eklund, and unfortunately will go out of bounds off of Reiser. So 13 seconds to go. Eagles have a chance to get a few more points on the board. This one's up and good from Lucy Lowerson. But at this point, it will not matter, as the Dragons will come away with the victory 60-38 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. So that's going to do it. We'll take a commercial break, come back, recap this game, and then get our A&W Player of the Game interview, as well as our interview with Coach Judd. You're listening to Girls Basketball on WCMP.
Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab a Meat Lovers burrito or new Ranchero beef and cheese burrito. I want one right now. Wash it down with everyone's favorite Celsius, buy one, get one free. And Holiday still has the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store and save. Open 24/7, 365. The Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards, as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on WCMP, Cool Country, 100.9 FM. The Dragons get the victory on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, 60-38. Looking at some of the stats here on the other side for the Eagles, leading the way for them was Lucy Lowerson, 14, then 9 for Hayden Lowe, 8 for Elsie Lowerson, 4 for Ashlyn Lowe, 2 for Adeline Presley, 1 for Kennedy Volk. They had 6 steals. They were 1 of 3 from the free throw line, had 19 fouls. They were also led in rebounds by Lucy Lowerson with 8. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, leading the way for them was Mallory Klepper with 25 points, 10 for Brooke Bolin, 8 for Kate Unverzat, 7 for Paige Gray, 5 for Rhea Johnson, 3 for Piper Metling, and 2 for Retta Ganote. 17 rebounds to lead the team for Mallory Klepper, 9 for Piper Metling, and then a plethora of 6. Brooke Bolin, Retta Ganote, Rhea Johnson, Brecken Reiser, and Kate Unverzat each had 6. They had 10 steals, 5 in each half. They had 2 blocks come from Mallory Klepper. They were 4 of 9 from the free throw line, something they'll look to improve upon. And they had 9 team fouls, 5 in the first half, 4 in the second half. So pretty clean game for this Pine City team and the Eagles. But it was a case of Pine City was able to go on a scoring run here in the second half. And unfortunately, East Central was just not able to get their offense rolling like they were in the first half. 36 points scored in this second half for Pine City. A improvement from that second half, or the first half rather, and for Pine City, that's something that they like to see, but the slow start is going to, I think, haunt them a little bit as they go forward. Again, it was close, and Pine City, I think, feels like maybe it shouldn't have been, but man, what a second half for them. Things got rolling, and they did not stop rolling for Pine City, and they did a really good job here in this second half to make those adjustments and get things going in their favor. And it looks like we'll be joined here shortly by our A&W player of the game. That will be Mallory Klepper. That is for you. That is also for you. And first of all, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
And this was a tough first half, a little bit of a slow start for you guys. What was the message there at the halftime?
Really just slow down and play the way that we've been playing the past few games and just play our game.
And it was obviously a conference game here tonight, a big conference win for you guys. 2 in a row now. What does that mean for this team?
That we're meeting our goals and we're pushing and trying as hard as we can and just working for the conference title.
Absolutely. And you had the hot hand here tonight, 25 points, 17 rebounds. What did that ball look like to you? Was it just coming at you like a beach ball? How was it going for you here tonight?
I really thought it was kind of just always in my hand, like dropping right in the right spot so I could get those rebounds, and just boxing out really helps.
Absolutely. And again, you guys overcome the slow start here in this second half, scored 36 points to get out to that 60-38 win. But you also defensively had a really good game. Had a plethora of rebounds, but the blocks. How does it feel to get those blocks? I got to imagine it feels pretty good.
I just love it. It is so fun.
And it looks like it gives the team a little bit of momentum. It looks like it kind of swings the emotions well in your favor. But, again, another team win here like this. And we've talked about since the beginning of the season, this team just continuing to grow together. What does another win like this do for that growth?
It just builds our team chemistry and builds our trust with each other, and knowing that we can pass the ball and people can finish those shots.
Absolutely. You got a tough one coming up here later in the week, but enjoy the win here tonight, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
That, again, was our A&W player of the game, Mallory Klepper, finishing it with the team lead in points. And Coach, as I mentioned to Mallory, a little bit of a slow start here in that first half. What was the message to the girls even before halftime?
We just needed to slow down and quit trying to score 50 points in one basket. That's sometimes when you're playing teams that that you can play well against, you try to do things too fast or too quick and don't slow down and just play the speed that the game is going, and props to them. They figured it out at halftime. We did a good job of executing in transition. I think that was pretty much what opened the floodgates.
Absolutely, and East Central was able to score 5 points before halves, gain a little bit of momentum, but it was really impressive to see your team come out. There was obviously some frustration there in that first half, but talk about their ability to kind of forget about that, come out in the second half kind of as a new team.
Yeah, I thought that, just execution-wise from the team, they knew what they had to do was just, find the mismatches, get them to them, and let them go to work. And I think once we started doing that as a team, it just opened up things. And I got to give credit to, our bench stepped up too. Rhea Johnson stepped up, played well. Kate Unverzak came in the second half and had some great box outs. Brecken Reiser had some great box outs, and a lot of key baskets in there from those kids as well. So that was a big part of it, was just the bench being able to step up when maybe our starters weren't having their best night.
Yeah, and speaking of those players who, they may not always get those stats on the stat sheet, but they're doing the little things right. And what does that mean for the team overall to see those young ladies doing that?
Well, we've talked about that the last couple of weeks, that, you may not get the actual rebound, but if you're doing your job boxing out a player and getting that ball to be available for somebody else to go get, that's part of doing the little things right. If you make the extra pass, even if you think that you can maybe shoot one with a hand in your face versus hit the open person that can shoot in rhythm, that's doing the little things right, or making the right screen. So props to those kids that are figuring that out and understand their role on the team.
Absolutely, and defensively, you guys had a bunch of hands in the passing lanes once again, created some turnovers. That pressure defensively, is that something that you'd like to see this team continue going forward?
Yeah, I mean, some of that scouting report, but it's definitely making sure that we're, getting better at that. We can't just be satisfied with certain defenses. We got to do, just like on offense, we can't be satisfied with just certain plays. We got to keep trying to work harder at getting into spots where we can be more successful, so we're that much difficult to scout too.
Absolutely, and you'll have a tougher game coming up here later this week, but want to congratulate you on the win. Enjoy it tonight here, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Go Dragons.
Absolutely. Thank you again to Coach Judd for joining us here in the post game. And again, a good win here for Pine City. Another conference win. A conference win. That is, I can't explain how important that is for the team to add another conference win. Not only that, they get back to 500 on the season. So a couple of big wins here for Pine City in a row. And again, they're now back at 500 at 8-8 on the year. Not only that, they're back at 500 in the conference season at 4-4. So they're right in the thick of things now. The conference race is not over yet. You've got Crosby Ironton at the top, then Bram and Ogilvie both at 6-1. So Crosby Ironton's 5-0, Bram and Ogilvie at 6-1. Now Pine City gets themselves in the mix for that third place spot with Aiken at 4-4. So, and that's again, that Aiken team is one that Pine City feels like they should have beat. So Pine City right in the thick of things right now, and they're looking good. Of course, you've got Crosby Ironton, one of the best, if not the best team in Class 2A this year at the top of this conference with Miss Orline, and she's just a talented player, but she's not done yet. She's a junior, so she'll be back next year. But this Pine City team did a really good job here tonight to get the win, 60-38. We already talked a little bit about the stats here for both sides, and give credit to East Central. They came out with a game plan to kind of slow Pine City down. They did just that, and you heard Coach Judd, a little bit of a tough start. They were trying to go out and score, so many points in one basket, and they were just kind of playing outside themselves, not really playing within the game plan, and playing with too much urgency. You can play with urgency, but they were playing with a little too much urgency there in that first half, and it hurt them. But they'll now be able to come back and look at that and go, hey, look at the turnaround we had here in the second half from only leading by 5 to winning by 22. That's an impressive turnaround, and they've got to feel confident about that, their ability to make those adjustments at halftime, realize, hey, it didn't go the way we wanted. It should have went a lot different, but we came out, made those adjustments, and did what we need to do to pull away and come away with the victory. But again, for East Central, you've got a brand new head coach. I believe if I remember correctly, she said she's never coached basketball before. Her first year coaching basketball, they're 4-10, but let me tell you what, again, they could easily be a couple games over 500 or right at 500 right now. So don't count out this East Central team. They are a really good team. They're a young team. They're a little inexperienced. Let me tell you what, if they can figure a few things out, get a little bit more consistent in their games, this is going to be a really dangerous team come playoffs. And that's all you want to do. Come February, you want to be playing your best basketball. right up to the playoffs and through the playoffs and hopefully to the state tournament. And I don't know if any of our teams will make it there, but we can hope and we can pray that they do because, man, if it were up to me, all of our local teams would make the state tournament. That's just not possible. But we've got some teams here this year who may not be looked at on paper as that they'll make a deep run or anything like that. But that's just what they want. You've got some teams out there like East Central, maybe even a Pine City, who are going to surprise a few teams in the playoffs, and teams are going to go, wait a minute, what are we going to do now? Well, now they're beating us, and now you've got an upset on your hands. So I think we will see some upsets with our local teams upsetting some other schools as we go forward. But, man, we've got some really good programs around here who, again, are young, inexperienced, but they're doing the best that they can. Coming up for us tomorrow, where you can find the broadcast schedule is at WCMPradio.com or KBK.com. Go to the broadcast or the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. You'll see all the links for the games. We got doubleheader basketball, Chisago Lakes hosting Becker. Boys hockey, Pine City hosting Chisago Lakes. They'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Civic Center there. And then girls basketball, Ogilvie will host Bram, and that is going to be a good one as well. That will be for sole possession of second place in the conference. Then on Friday, boys basketball galore. We've got Pine City hosting Crosby. Bram will host Ogilvie in that boys basketball game. Then Rush City will host Aiken. And then on Saturday, North Branch will host Grand Rapids. Anytime those two teams play, whether it's playoffs, regular season, that's always a battle, and it's always physical. I can't wait to see that one. So that's what's coming up for us. Of course, I want to thank you for tuning in to this game. Thank all the fine sponsors. And if you're watching this on our YouTube, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. That way, when you're subscribed, you'll be notified every single time we go live with a local sporting event. And all you have to do is click on the notification. It will take you right to the live video. Again, don't forget, a good way to stay tuned to the local sports is on our morning shows on 95.5 FM with Rock and Rob and Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM, this channel with Josh O'Meara at 7:45 and 8:45. That's where you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk this game, all the other games that went on in our local listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. Also, stay tuned to our websites, as that I just mentioned, for broadcast schedules, but also we'll have interviews from coaches and players on there. We'll have articles from games that we've been at and recapped, and plus our social medias, our Facebook pages for both stations, our Twitter or Instagram for both stations, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Recaps of games we've been at, interviews, breaking sports news, catching up with things, broken records, LOI signings, all that and more you can find on our social medias and our websites as well. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do to stay up to date with all things local sports. Again, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you all drive safe if you're driving. Get home safely. Stay warm. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if you don't tune in, I don't got a job to do. And thanks to all of our fine sponsors. If they don't sponsor us, well, we don't get to come out here and call these games. So we appreciate all of our fine sponsors. Again, I want to remind you to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through. And your kindness can truly make their day. It can change their week. It can change their month. It can change their outlook. You would be surprised what a small act of kindness can do for somebody who you may or may not know is suffering. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they just need that little pick-me-up that day. So remember, it costs nothing to be kind. Getting the final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the Pine City Dragons beat the East Central Eagles 60-38. For Cool Country 100.9 FM WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night. Of your night.